Hi, I'm back again. I have to do this video because I think it is a great question. I think it is a great subject as well. One of you guys asked me a while back, I think it was last month or sometime or whenever, but you was asking me about how you can tell the real from the fake whenever a person basically come in, like a familiar spirit come in your dreams and stuff like that, versus the real person or the real spirit or whoever it may be. Usually, I would say this. First and foremost, the counterfeit is always going to have something off about it. The counterfeit is always going to be, it's going to be something to make you do this, like frown up and look and try to, because you're going to be like, man, something is a little off. That is your sign right there. That's your sign right there. That's first and foremost. If you got to do this and be like, something a little off. Even if you don't have good discernment, that is your sign right there. Usually that is your discernment. But if your discernment ain't too strong, just that nudge right there, that's good enough. Because the counterfeit always has something off about it, no matter what it is. Just like when the enemy came up to me in my dreams and stuff, pretending to be a certain person, it was always something off, either about their personality or about their face. Because demonic spirits, with me being a person that can see in the spirit, now I can see that their fate is something up under this mask. Because it's a mask. It's not there, it's not the real person. It's not them. So I can kind of see the stuff that's up under the mask a little bit, no matter how beautiful that the enemy come up to me pretending that it is. Just like when I told you guys this a couple of years ago, that I had this dream about this very handsome man, and I knew something was off about him, though, because of his demeanor, by the way he was talking, and I could see a little bit up under all that beauty that something was not right. Like, and I said, that's the devil. That's the devil right there. And I did not ignore my natural feelings and my natural discernment. And that's another thing. Don't ignore your natural feelings and natural discernment, about that. If you know that that's okay, wait a minute. And usually they'll say something that's off. Either you'll hear pride in their voice. You got to be able to recognize pride when you hear it. You can hear arrogance in their voice sometimes, or you can hear like a little bit of some extra, like love bombing or something. There's just gonna be something off about them that's just gonna let you know that this is not them. That is not that natural person. That's not them at all. Like I said, the way that I can tell the most is because of how they acting and how they talk and stuff. I said, this is not godly. And then you can feel it as well. If you paying attention to like your feelings in the spiritual, you can feel it. It's gonna be something off-putting. It's gonna make you like want to back up or something. Like, wait a minute, that's your sign right there. If you like, that's your sign. You're not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to be sure. Spirit is going to be welcoming instead of, I don't know. And then you go like, no. It's going to be more welcoming and loving. And you're not going to be like questioning it in the first place. Usually. All right. And then, but anytime a spirit comes up, anytime a spirit tries to be a familiar spirit towards me, I can tell. I can see it. I can see that something is off about your face. Something off about it's either their body or their face. And I was talking to somebody a while back, and I was telling them that the devil is not beautiful anymore. Some people still think he's beautiful, and he's not. Like, God took stripped all that stuff away. Now what he does is he masquerades, and he knows how to shapeshift into those things. Like, the devil know how to shapeshift. He's not beautiful anymore. Like, I've seen his form. His form is not beautiful at all. It looks so crazy. And then I've seen the devil in like 3 or 4 different forms. Probably more than that. But right now, the ones I'm thinking of off the top of my head, I've seen him in like 3 or 4 different forms. I've seen him as an obese person. I've seen him as a bald, gray looking thing, and I've seen him as that beautiful thing he tried to show me. And I've also seen him in in a form of like a monster type thing. So I've seen some of his forms. There was one of the ones where I seen him in that monster form was when I was fighting with him on this plank. I never told you guys about this dream. I had this dream back when I was probably around 16 or 17. Well, I dreamed that I was fighting with the enemy. I had a sword and the enemy had a sword, and it was like a movie. We was on a plank. We was on a long plank, and below the plank now was fire. It was fire below the plank, and it was a door on the other side of him, the door I was supposed to get to. And he was trying to stop me from getting to that door. And I'm sword fighting with the devil. I'm sword fighting. I don't know why, but in the dream, I was not scared. I was not mad about the fight. I just knew I was going to win. Like, I had a confidence that I was going to win in the dream. And so I ended up defeating the enemy in the dream. And I ended up knocking him off the plank into the fire. And I went to open the door and I woke up. So I feel like that dream had something to do with what I was getting ready to go through, you know. So yeah, but it's always gonna be something off about their face. No matter what, it's gonna be something that ain't quite right about their personality, something that's not quite right about how they speaking. It be like that. All right, so that's how you can tell the difference, you know. But I know sometimes in a dream we can't tell the difference of between when we dreaming and when we not. But a lot of times we can. But yeah, that's the way you can tell. All right. Anyway, love y'all. Bye.